So this is a full hip series that all you require is a post. If you don't have a post, I recommend you use a door frame. What we're doing here is we're just taking our hip through a full car series. I'm going to go backwards, making sure here we're pulling the knee towards the other one. Don't skip that part. You should feel the adductor or the inside of the thigh and the glute really become active and working hard to go through this range right here. After you've done your 3 reps to the front, we're going to switch the direction and go 3 reps to the back. We're using the post here to make sure that we're not shifting our hips sideways off the post, nor are we moving our hips forward or back. We also want to make sure that we're not bringing the leg so far back that we're extending primarily through the low back. And we want to extend through the hip, right now squeezing the hamstring and the glute, bringing it to internal rotation, externally rotating as we bring up into hip flexion. This one here is one of my favorites. I included it because a lot of people actually lack the ability to extend through the hip. So we just take you into that end range, and I want you to think about doing controlled circles around an object the size of a softball. Really making sure that we can feel the muscles in the glute contract here. Out to the side should be pretty easy for most people. And then right here, bringing that leg in. Next, we got some knee hinges. Get ready for some quad cramping potentially. The thing with this is notice how my knee's really high. When I extend, it lowers. The key with this is every time I go back to bending, you want to bring that knee back up to the starting position, and if you can go a little bit higher, that's even better. It's going to be very challenging to the quadriceps and the hip flexors, making sure we lock that knee into its full extension is comfortable for us, and holding for about 3 seconds. We want to explore this in as many different angles as possible, just to create the variability so when we do need it, when we're playing a sport or dancing, running, we have the capacity to control our knee and our hip through this place. The further we go out from our midline, the harder it will be. Okay. You'll notice I took a little rest here, so don't be afraid to rest if you need to as well. Again, now we're going to bring that hip into internal rotation, so you just continue through your car, and now we're just doing hinges from here. It's going to target the stuff on the outside of your leg and give you a lot more control in those vulnerable positions. And finally, we got knee hinges from hip extension. So it's really key here to make sure that the front line is super active. You notice I even did a little correction there. The belly button's drawn in because many people will compensate hip extension, bringing the leg back through just excessive arching of the low back. So we don't want to do that. We want to make sure that our glute and our hamstring are very tense here, even to the point that they may cramp in the beginning. I'm going to tie it all together with some passive range holds. So you'll see I'm passively picking my leg up and I'm ramping up. You can tell by my face, and now I'm letting go and I'm trying to hold in that passive range. This is very hard because it's a position where you're not normally used to being active. Hold for about 5 seconds, we regrip. I'm starting to ramp up. You'll notice with my exhale right there. Now that is creating enough tension through my core, to hold my leg in that position. Again, about 5 to 10 seconds, depending on your programming. And I want to stress one more time that right here I'm ramping. I'm squeezing the post, getting my core ready, using short exhales to really pull me into this position so that when I let go of my leg, I have enough tension in the body that it can help me support the position. I'm lowering slowly. Now we're going to go through a couple full reps just to make sure we can actively pull there. If this was a side view, you would notice that my low back isn't rounding at all. We're trying to stay very tall. I'm even using the other arm to create more tension. If you can flex your eyebrows, try it.